Hello, everyone. Welcome to Now and Them. I'm your host, Julia Jornsay-Silverberg, and this is my amazing co-host, Andres Medina. And this is our monthly live show where we bring you behind the keyboard to bring you breaking news, tips, and tools to help you up your game as a digital marketer, all while having a lot of fun. Our goal is to be a voice and sounding board for all social media account managers. We're your friend that's here to remind you that you are not alone in the wild world of social media. So we like to think of this as our monthly laugh and learn. So are you ready for this month's show, Andres?
Oh yes, I'm excited to just talk about everything that happened at Social Media Week Lima. So let's get started.
I'm so excited. As Andreas said, that is the theme for this month's show. We're talking all about our annual conference, Social Media Week Lima, and we are going to bring on the amazing Jessika Phillips. She's going to share some of our collective favorite moments from the conference, some of the top takeaways, and dive into the latest updates, really, that you just need to know. So we're going to get into news. We're going to play some games with Jessika. We're going to have a lot of fun. But before we get into the news, Andreas, I want to know, what was your favorite moment from the conference?
So I like a lot the photo booth, but more than the photo booth and just capturing some great memories in there, just the networking, all the gathering together with all the attendees and the speakers. I think it was just a great time, and I got so many questions that I had answered in there. So that my favorite moment was just the networking overall throughout the whole week.
Totally. The networking is unlike anything else. It is just such an incredible opportunity to meet like-minded people, to meet passionate, creative social media marketers, to get answers to your questions, to really build relationships that can totally transform your business, and to just have people that you can bounce ideas off of. Because as Andres and I know, it's so helpful to just be able to call someone and be like, hey, I'm maybe thinking of 2 different captions for a post. Which one would you choose? Or just being able to talk something through. It's just so valuable. So that is just some of the beauty of the conference. And we're going to dive into it more. But before we do that, let's get into some news. And we want to know, if you guys are tuning in, we want to know if you were with us at the conference. Please let us know in the comments. Let us know what your favorite moment was in the comments. We want to hear from you guys. And we're going to dive into the news. So the first story that we have for you today is all about Snapchat. Snapchat has officially launched its new Snapchat Plus subscription service, which enables users to basically pay a monthly fee to gain access to exclusive in-app features. So like custom app icons, new profile badges, data insights, display tools, and more. So I admittedly have not been on Snapchat in probably years, but I'm super curious if you are, Andreas, if you're into Snapchat, and I'm also, you guys who are watching, let us know in the comments if you think you would pay for the Snapchat Plus subscription service. I would not, since I'm not using the app, but I'm curious if you guys would.
So I personally wouldn't. I do have the app, but I'm not a frequently user. I get in there like once a month, and usually it's like a notification that Snapchat is telling me, here are your memories from 2010, 10 years ago, something like that, or 11 years ago. But I have not been, I would not pay for the subscription, but just because I don't use it. And now I know that a lot of people still use Snapchat. So I will be curious if anyone of our viewers right now, if they still use Snapchat, whether or not they will pay for the Snapchat Plus. But yeah, just excited to see how this will turn out for them, whether it's going to keep the app alive or not, because to be honest, out of all of the meta apps, I feel like Snapchat is the lowest performer one if you put them all together. But moving to one of the top performers right now, Instagram news. So Instagram opened up the Reels API access to third-party platforms. API access enables platforms like Hotsuite and Sprout Social to provide cross-platform posting and analytics within a single dashboard. So this makes it much easier to keep track of your various social posts and schedules in one place. And this is big news for any Reels fan. You can schedule and see analytics in a third-party app, which I'm gonna be honest. I do like the native analytics platform for Reels. Just a whole native Instagram. Like for all my clients that have Instagram, I like to post natively. I use the scheduling tool for some of the posts, but I'm a big fan of native publishing on Instagram. For some reason I just feel more comfortable, and I feel like I can make the layout better. How do you feel? I know you do a lot of reels for your clients or your accounts that you manage. Will you be using this once it's like available for you?
I think I also, like you, like posting things manually. Like, I don't necessarily think that I'm going to use this so much, but I think that for brands, it's going to be so helpful because you're going to be able to just like pre-schedule things, and it'll kind of take the necessity out of doing it in real time away, which will then free up your time. I think it'll just make things a lot easier. I don't think I'm going to use it, but I do think that for brands, this will be super helpful. And I just want to shout out to some of the people tuning in. I saw Crystal's here. We've got Jessika. Jessika spied
The
our
shirt.
Co-Create shirts. Andres and I like to coordinate for our show. So we figured, since we're talking all about Social Media Week Lima 2022, we may as well wear our shirts. So good spot for that, Jessica. And I saw that George OG commented saying that he would not pay for the Snapchat Plus. So I think it's interesting that we all have kind of similar takes on these things. So moving into the next Instagram story that we have, Instagram recently put out there's an article that Social Media Today put out that's sharing tips on how to maximize your approach to Reels. And one thing that we are seeing is that short form content, it's something we learned at the conference. Short form content is so powerful. It is very popular, and it is an incredible way to grow your awareness. Reels are getting so many views. So this is a huge opportunity for your business. So a few tips to maximize your approach to Reels are: get creative with transitions, match the rhythm, keep it on trend, explore collaborations, co-create, and be authentic. Because the reality is that TikTok changed the way that people engage with video content, which means that all apps like Instagram need to align with this usage shift. Otherwise, they risk being left behind, because the more that people consume this kind of short form content, the more that all of our attention spans are like being literally reprogrammed to respond to this content. So since we know that people like those quick moving, fast paced videos, it's an opportunity to start playing around with that for your brand. It is something that I've been doing for our Now page, for our Social Media Week Lima Instagram. We've got Reels on both of those, and for some of them, we're seeing thousands of views. So it's definitely a huge opportunity, I think, for brands.
Agreed. And I talked to a client today that they finally jumped into the idea of short form videos, and they're doing some TikToks and Reels. And he pointed out something that was pretty interesting to me. And he mentioned that we've been running a YouTube channel for about 10 years, which has had reached about 8,000 people, like 8,000 views. Whereas in just a week of Reels, they already have about close to 1,000 views. So just think about this, like just a week of 4 different Reels almost match the amount of, like, if you put the time difference, like it's going up quickly. And they have not had a post to blow up to the thousands view yet. But it's only a matter of time. I've been playing with this myself, and I uploaded a Reel for my personal account just to test it out. And it had about 4,000 views almost. And the accounts reached on my profile, looking at the analytics right now, it's at plus 125% compared to last month. So that's 6,089 accounts reached when I only have 2,273 followers. So I'm telling everyone, jump into Reels and just be as authentic as you can. And at a point, you're just going to blow up and reach more people. So do not get frustrated. You're going to be shown eventually. But moving on to our next article, and this one's about Facebook. And Meta keeps updating like the evolution of NFTs and all. Meta launched a new NFT display option on Facebook, so Facebook users will now be able to create custom NFT posts with a digital collectible tag. And profiles will have a new dedicated NFT section to show off your non-fungible artworks. So when users tap through these images, they'll be able to see who owns the artwork, which is important for NFTs, and who created it. I'm excited to see this. Again, I only have two NFTs which I got for free when I attended Social Media Marketing World, and to be honest, I have not looked at them. But for all my friends that are into NFTs, I know my neighbor is, and Brian Fanso, which I had a great conversation with in Social Media Week Lima. He's probably as excited as me right now to see this, because although I'm not into the NFT world, I like to see them. Like I like the digital artwork. I don't necessarily buy them, but I enjoy seeing them. So I can't wait for this feature to be completely launched and visit my friend's profile to see which artworks they own.
Totally. I think it's a super cool feature. It's really, I think, just a way of signaling that NFTs, like I think that sometimes people think, oh, this is a trend, it's going to go away. This is not a trend that's going to go away. This is here to stay. So it's just a matter of how much you want to learn about it, how much you want to dip your toes into that world, because seeing that social media platforms are integrating this more and more and making them available. That's me doing my karaoke thing. The more that we can kind of really understand that this is an important aspect of the metaverse, that we need to kind of really start to at least acknowledge its importance, even if we don't get into it ourselves. But there are just so many opportunities for brands. Brian Fanzo is a great person that can kind of speak to that. So yeah, I am super excited as well, Andreas, to kind of see where this goes. So our last news story that we have for you guys today is about TikTok. TikTok launched a test of a dedicated shopping feed with their users in Indonesia. So according to the article, TikTok has been moving in this direction for a while, because integrated and in-stream e-commerce is a huge revenue driver. So by integrating this shopping feed and opening up more opportunities for brand and creator monetization, TikTok then lets itself compete better with Instagram and YouTube, two apps that have really started to lean into creator monetization options. So I'm excited to see that on TikTok. I just think the more that these apps lean into the power of community, the stronger that they are, and the more opportunities created for creators to monetize, the better. So that's my take. Do you have any opinions on the TikTok news?
All I have to say is I don't remember if it was on our live Now and Them show or on our previous show here, that we discussed that TikTok was enabling businesses accounts and business pages. So it was on the last live one, right?
Yep.
My last comment to that was that I wanted to see how that will look in compared to like organic profiles. And I like how it looks, to be honest. I've been scrolling through TikTok and I can instantly recognize if this is like a business page video or a like personal page video. And I'm liking how it looks. I want to see if people is noticing these. I know at the end of the video, it shows like a call to action on TikTok. So let us know down in the comments if you've seen this change on TikTok or if it has not been released to you yet.
Yeah, and let us know what your TikTok username is, because we'd love to see what you're creating over there. So let's do some shout outs. So it is time to shine a light, give some shout outs. So before we tell you who we are shouting out, we want to know if you guys are celebrating anything special right now. Do you have a birthday coming up, or recently? Did you recently get a puppy or complete a project? We want to shine a light on you and, clap it up for you, because today we have a very exciting day for our Now team. Today is the 1 year Now anniversary for Joanna. So happy Now anniversary, Joanna. We love you so much. Joanna is our Facebook ads guru and karaoke guru as well. I mean, Joanna karaoke'd so hard that she bruised her hand at Social Media Week Lima. So it's a real, karaoke at your own risk. Oh, Joanna, you're so sweet. Well, we are celebrating you, and thank you for being one of our most loyal fans. We love you so much. And Jessika, National Chocolate Day. Okay, well, sounds like, I mean, Andreas hates chocolate, so Andreas is not going to be participating in National Chocolate Day, but I certainly will. And Andreas, you have a birthday at the end of the month, so clearly you're not going to be having chocolate cake. What's your go-to? What do you want for your birthday treat?
I like vanilla, like anything.
Okay.
Like vanilla. But if I will get to choose, I will definitely like if someone is planning to get me a cake, please get me a cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake is fine. That's my birthday cake, a cheesecake. Like
Okay.
it's fine.
A cheesecake. Okay.
That's my favorite dessert for anyone that doesn't know.
Sweet. Well, I just learned something new. So before we bring on our amazing guest to talk all about social media, cannolis all day. Yes, Jessika. Before we bring on our amazing guest, Jessika, because we're going to talk all about the conference, you guys, but John Flanagan, our in-house videographer, put together the most epic video for you guys to get a little look at the magic that was Social Media Week Lima 2022. So
to co-create? What can we do today to shrink the distance between us and our customer? How can we show up to provide better experiences? What does that look like? Out-care the competition, and you can grow your brand. Because relationships are the currency of business, and experiences are the transactions that we're exchanging. How are we making people feel? How are we building relationships with them?
Oh, that video gets me amped. I am so excited to talk all about the conference. Yeah, Chad, we want to go back too. We are already going to start planning for Social Media Week Lima 2023. But before we do, we got to share about 2022 with our amazing host, Jessika Phillips. Jessika, I'm so happy you're here.
Hello.
Jessika has a bobblehead. Oh my God, I freaking love it so much.
I know. That video gets me excited too. I want to go back next week too, Chad.
So amped. I love it so much. So you guys, before we dive into some questions with Jessika, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Jessika. Jessika is the founder and president of Now Marketing Group. That's us. A relationship marketing evangelist. Jessika's personal mission is to help people love more, give more, and be more in their personal, business, and life through the art of authentic relating. On a mission to redefine corporate America and create something she wanted to be a part of, Jessika founded Now Marketing Group in 2010 with only a laptop and a vision to give people with heart an upper hand. Now Marketing Group is recognized as an Inc. Best Places to Work 2022, is a Forbes recognized agency partner, partnered with Facebook, Google, and a certified inbound partner with HubSpot. Now Marketing Group works with more than 100 clients across the United States and beyond, choosing to serve, not sell. Jessika lives by a personal mission of helping inspire people to love more, give more, and be more, and do what's right, not what's easy. And how doing that can turn a vision into a multi-million-dollar agency that produces results. So Jessika, I'm so happy you're here. We've got our co-create shirts on because we co-created last month. So tell our amazing audience a little bit about the conference.
Oh my gosh. I think the video showcased the energy so well. So kudos to John for creating that. And also to you both and you, Julia, for putting together an amazing blog that talked about the top takeaways. But no, I think the conference really upped the game this year because I think everybody was ready to come back and didn't realize how much we craved meeting with people in real life and really having this moment to just sit and soak in information and also co-create. I think one of my favorite parts of the event itself was just all the co-creating that was going on. We have stations that was set up for people as you walk in with like a step and repeat banner in the front as you come in to get registered for the event, that people could, do videos. And all day, every day, both days, people were co-creating and doing videos together and creating content that they could repurpose and really, play off one another's brands, which I loved seeing that. And we had a separate room that people could, really go in there, have a quiet moment. They were creating podcasts. They were creating, blog content and really just taking time to get to know one another on a one-to-one basis. So I loved seeing that at the event. But yeah, I mean, co-create, that's what it was about. And I really feel like those 2 days set the tone for what's to come in the future right now.
Yes, so much so, because we're seeing that the trends for so many of these platforms are moving towards literally just Andreas today posted something and he invited me as a collaborator on a post. There are now these opportunities to be co-creating content so that it appears on both of your profiles. And that is a great way to expand your audience. So it was so cool to see that happening in real time, people learning about the features, utilizing the features. So I want to know, what was your favorite session at the conference? I know it's hard.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I might be a little biased, but yeah, I knew you were going to say that, Chad. A little biased, but I think there was a lot of good sessions, but I have to shout out, of course, the very handsome Mark Suter that did the session on VR, because I think that he set the tone on talking about, it's not about the tool, it's about the technique. I love how he was presenting, because co-create, a lot of it was about the metaverse, right? And Web 3.0. And that's what I kind of opened up the first day on talking about, is how we're moving into the metaverse and how we're going to use social media and just web in the future. But he reminded us, even though he's talking about VR, that it wasn't about the tool, it's about your technique and how you're showing up. And that VR is not going to be this Band-Aid kind of solve all for everything. And then I feel like everyone else after that really set the tone too, to enhance that message even more. Like I loved, it's like picking who's your favorite child, which you can't, but I loved everyone's talk. And you did a beautiful job, Julia, on grabbing some of the highlights of the quotes that succinctly said what the talk was about. Like Bree, she talked about, the biggest blessing in our brand and entrepreneurships is that we get to play by our own rules and really set the brand tone and message of who we are and how we want people to feel. And Brian Fanzo, I love this quote so much. And he says, we're moving towards an area and a place in digital marketing where we can put technology in the background, meaning that it's about us as brands, just really co-creating with our community and feeling like we can just show up on a human level and really figure out how can we gamify what we're doing, one, but two, do it from a place that allows our customer to be part of the journey with us every step of the way, and them own the relationship, and versus us trying to force it down their throats. I mean, there were so many good takeaways. You guys did an amazing job. I loved, Katie talking with, the brands that had already been co-creating and how they're co-creating with their customers.
Yes.
Seriously, guys, like check out the blog if you haven't already. There's so many great takeaways. We are updating the videos now. On some of the recaps of each of the talks. And I do have to give a huge shout out to Chad, who is our MC and also this show producer here, but he was co-creating the whole time,
Yes.
Which was one of my favorite things. And we already invited him back next year because he was taking the speakers and the messages from their talks and just a little bit about their personality and really playing it up and what he was presenting on stage to keep it fun and engaging. I mean, 2 days of back-to-back like knowledge bombs thrown at you can be overwhelming and can really drain you. But if you keep it fun and you keep it light and you keep people laughing, as Chad did, it didn't feel like that. It felt like, a mixture between summer camp fun and kind of a party. I know we kept the lights down and had some amazing, if you guys see the photos, the lights that were going on because we didn't want it to feel just heavy with, overhead fluorescent lights, and that's never fun. So I think just all the speakers really showed up to share important messages for all of us to remember that at the end of the day, it's about relationships. And as you heard in the video and what I live by is relationships are the currency of business. And that we truly do have to get back to our core of starting from the inside out and saying, who are we? What do we want to be known for? Who do we want to work with? And how do we want to do it in a way that people want to be part of it, our people, and that we can co-create with others around us to know that like we're not alone in our journey in doing so.
Yes. Oh my God. I just love everything that you said. Firstly, I echo your shout outs to Chad. Chad is the ultimate entertainer. He just poured so much of his personality and his special sauce into making the conference like just so much fun throughout. I mean, the little videos he prepared, multiple costume changes, like
I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous when he showed up without pants on opening the day. I was sweating a little bit, and not just because it was 90 degrees in Lima, Ohio that day, but I had complete faith in him, and it was good. It was good.
He nailed it. And I also loved Mark's session. I agree. Mark really, really did help to demystify VR and really just help to explain how brands can start to really think about this and how it can be applicable to them. I think that so often these things that were taught at conferences, people leave and then wonder, how can I apply it? And the unique thing about our conference is that our speakers are there to teach you how to apply it, not to just talk in big theory, but to actually be there and share the tactics and the tools. And then we have, exactly. Yep. And useful examples. And then that's also why we have table talks so that you can get more intimate time to dive into your specific questions, get into that nitty gritty. So it really is. It's a great, great time, you guys. We have tickets available for 2023. If you want to get them early, sociallima.com, because they will never be as cheap as they are today. So be a planner and get your ticket in advance, June 21st and 22nd. So before Andreas asks you a few questions, I want to know, what is your top tip for brands that they should be focused on for the remainder of the summer, kind of heading into the fall?
Okay, so this may be not something you would anticipate me saying, but I would say just go have fun this summer. Honestly, seriously, go explore, because I feel like that's what's missing sometimes when we get stuck in our brands, is that we're so focused on what do we need to do? What do we need to buy? What do we need to add in? That we forget to think like a customer, that we forget to think like just a human at times and what people are doing. So pause for a moment first, go out there and experience geocaching. Go out there and experience a live event. Go out there and spend time with your family and book a trip and see what it's like, through a process online. Because I think that's going to give you perspective if you pause and say, here's what I really loved about this experience. Here's what I really liked about that. Here's what I didn't like. And now come back into your business when you're done having an amazing summer. and think like a customer and say, how can I incorporate some of the things that I experienced that maybe I haven't before, that I can now come in with fresh eyes and look at my business in a new way, from a perspective of my customer, a perspective of me and what I enjoyed, and new technology that's out there, maybe try a VR game, all the things, but just go explore and enjoy and pause for a moment. And then I promise you, you'll come out with fresh ideas and new ways of looking at your brand with fresh eyes, that it'll be a lot smoother for you.
I love that.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. And now that I'm seeing the pictures here on the bottom of the screen, quick shout out to Brian. These pictures are amazing. And
yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're the closest thing to the experience we had in there, like to feel it. So quick shout out to Brian. Brian, if you're in the comments, shout out to you. But yeah, coming back to the biased opinion, no, just kidding. Coming back to the favorite moment or favorite speaker, I have to agree too. Like, I feel like Mark set the tone for the whole conference overall, because I feel like there were several speakers that referenced back to stuff he mentioned throughout the conference. And same for Brian Fanso, talking about NFTs, and even if you don't care, why you should care about them. And I think that those two literally set the tone, because a lot of speakers use them as reference for their presentations. So
because those were two that also had a lot of real world examples in them, which was awesome. And I do also have to give a shout out to Crystal, because she had no slides and just went from the heart. Like, I love that balance that we had with all of our speakers. So I promise you, if I did not give you a shout out, or we didn't give you a shout out, that we could, because every single one of them like gave their A game. But Crystal went without slides even, right?
Yeah.
And was talking about, this is what it takes, being real, vulnerable, showing up with a story. Like, if you don't have that story, and she was on stage without slides, like, you would have, felt it. Everybody would have felt awkward, but everybody was leaning in and engaged and referenced back to it. We do a survey at the end, and all of our speakers had top results, first of all. So shout out to all of you. But many people referenced her talk, and Brian's, and Mark's, because of those things. You're giving a real world example of how things can be applied to your business, not just an overview and words that are buzzworthy, but real examples of what's happening today and how it can relate to them. And then also showing up with just you, vulnerable, sharing your story, and showing people how it can be done. All of those were amazing.
Agreed. I was actually like running the Twitter account during the conference, just taking some tips and whatnot, and posting them on Twitter. And after her talk, I was like, oh crap, I didn't post during her talk. I was so engaged in her conversation, even though she had no slides. And I completely forgot about tweeting throughout her talk. Yeah. So that tells me good things. That means I was too engaged to tweet during the during her talk. But here's my first question to you, Jessika. Why co-create? Why was co-creation the topic for this year's conference?
Yeah, well, several different reasons. One, I didn't want it to just be like metaverse, and because people, as Julia, you mentioned, like, people can be intimidated when you start talking VR, NFTs, all that. And it really can kind of give a new spin on what that really means in Web3. What does it really mean at the end of the day if we stop thinking about the technology that we're using and really think about what does it take? And even at the most basic level, getting people first comfortable with co-creating, that we're not alone in this, that if we can really get comfortable thinking about who all we're creating with, starting with our team members, engaging with them and creating, co-creating with them. And we like to say, and at Now Marketing Group, that we want to turn our team members into our biggest evangelists, and our clients into our biggest advocates, and our community into collaborators. But that's what it takes first, of getting comfortable thinking like, we're not on this island all alone. And everything in business is just a transaction of relationships, right? Or experiences, as we said in the video, and I said in the opening talk. But everything boils down to two people or multiple people really having an experience together. And we have to first get comfortable with that. And when we do, then we can think of other ways of utilizing what we're doing in the real world how we can also repurpose that and do that online. And that's all it is at the end of the day.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree too. What's your biggest tip for those just getting started with co-creation?
I would say get back to the basics first. I've had several conversations, actually even today, you, Andreas, too, with the client that you were referencing in the opening, with them getting started on TikTok and just having fun and stepping out there. But really first starting at the beginning, right? Like starting from the inside out first, of saying, can we get back to the basics of saying, what are we here to do? Who are we here to do it with? And how are we making people feel in our business, with working with our business and our community? So the biggest tip is first, just getting back to the basics and thinking of what can you improve in your brand to build stronger relationships with all of those around you. What does it look like, and what do you need to change? Because hiring is a real thing right now, a real challenge for many, many, many brands. I mean, I'm sure both of you hear about it. Andreas, I'm sure you a lot with clients that they're struggling to hire. And if you don't have people that want to come and work in your business and you can't keep people, then you don't have a business, right? So it has to start there first, because that's going to be the people that are serving your customer or your client at the end of the day. And those clients, when they have a good experience with the people that want to be there, that's when they're going to tell others, and it has this flywheel ripple effect. So it has to start from the core at the end of the day.
Now that you mentioned hiring, quick anecdote, like quick story time here. I went to Chili's earlier this week, and this is the first time in a while that I've noticed how hard it's for businesses to hire like quality team members. So I feel like at this point, businesses are desperately hiring people, and most of them are not even qualified, and they know that there is a crisis for hiring employees, and they don't even give a crap about their customers. I was actually upset when I was at Chili's because our waiter was just like not caring. He's like, I'm not gonna get fired. I'm like the only waiter available today. And they lay on that. And honestly, it's something that's gonna keep happening until everything goes back to normal. If it's not the new world we live now.
This is the new world. I don't think it's ever going back to anything. Honestly, I think that's the misconception, is that people need to realize, like, people figured out, like, I don't want to work for a place I don't enjoy anymore. Like, I'd rather be at home or do something on my own. I can find work with a click of a button to give my skills to someone and get paid for it directly. So I think brands that feel like when they're in a challenge that they need to grip in tighter and just put more restrictions are going to realize that's not how it works. And it's going to continue to have like a struggle. And like you said, just rinse and repeat and bringing in people that aren't qualified, versus saying, maybe we do need to close an extra day a week right now until we figure it out. We're seeing that all across the board. Maybe we do need to talk to our team and say, what is it that we need to do? You know, you just have to be open to those conversations and know that you can't just put more pressure on it and more restrictions and make it work. It's not going to work anymore.
Yeah. So quick tip to any business looking right now: retain your good employees, because there's like, it's rare nowadays, I'll say. So my last question, because I feel like most of our viewers are curious, how can people sign up for Social Media Week Lima 2023? What are the details?
This is the most important question. No, I'm just kidding. You can go to sociallima.com or just type the word recap. I believe we have it set up in here in the chat. Just type the word recap. You'll get a recap of the show here, as well as, I'm sure we'll include the link, but we have sociallima.com where you can get the discounted tickets right now that we have, which, as Julia mentioned earlier, will be the lowest that they will ever be. So you can get a jump start on it.
Amazing. So are you two ready to play some games?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we are going to play this or that, our rapid fire question game, where we ask our guests really just what their preference is. So I've got 5 questions for you, Jessica. Are you ready to go?
Let's do it.
Okay. Would you rather do aerial yoga or attend a Renaissance festival?
Ooh, Renaissance Festival.
I had a feeling that was your
Yeah.
answer.
I love that.
Shift over to foods, mango or papaya?
Ooh, I would say mango. Yeah.
Would you guys don't get to hear Chad's little musings in the background.
Oh,
but
they don't hear him?
totally
'Cause I'm
get
like,
to.
wait.
They don't, yeah, our audience doesn't get to hear it.
God, is that you?
Chad operates as the voice of God on the show, and it's very fun for those of us who are on the show. So, Jessica, would you rather go jet skiing or tubing?
Ooh. No, that's a hard one. I would say jet skiing.
So I'm laughing because Chad at the background, for those that are
He's like saying it at the same time as me. It's kind of creepy.
in a jet ski.
My next one is, would you rather be able to teleport or read people's minds?
Ooh, I feel like I can read people's minds already sometimes. The teleport.
And we want to know, for those of you guys watching, I want to know your guys' answers too. So feel free to chime in and share along
I'm
with
usually
us.
running late to things, so teleporting would be amazing. So, me too.
That's so funny. So my last question for you is, would you rather have a pet bird or pet snake?
So I do have some pet chickens right now that we just, Mark and I built the Cluckingham Palace for them. So if those count as the birds, definitely that. But never in a million years would I ever want a pet snake or be around a snake. Like, I actually have a fear of snakes. So yeah, always anything but.
I hear that. I definitely also, but I couldn't do a bird either, I don't think. But chickens are a bird. I could do chickens, but like a bird flying around sounds a little not my cup of tea.
I know.
We'll leave that to Angela on our team.
Okay, so I've got some more questions for you, and then I've got a few questions for Andreas. So pivoting into our little get to know you questions. What is the biggest lesson, Jessica, that you have learned as a mom of 3 girls?
Oh, so many. I would say the biggest lesson is, one, to listen and to keep showing up, even when they push you away. Sometimes, I'm talking of mom of teenagers now, girls, they often will shut themselves like in their room, and and they'll act like they may not enjoy doing something, but at the end of the day, you find out that they really did enjoy it. They just couldn't show they did because it's not cool. So I would say keep showing up. And I've also had to learn that to listen to them and hear what they're saying, and not think I've always thought of them as like little girls. So like kind of meet them where they're at. And I've tried to, just mirror more of where they're at and the stage they're at versus being like, you're always my little baby. And that's helped a lot.
I love that. That's really great. So my next question for you is, do you have a favorite day of the week? And if you do, what is the reason why, if there is one?
I would say probably Sunday, because I do self-care Sundays. And also, to be honest, like I feel like it's that relaxing day that you could spend with family, and also kind of sets the tone for the week, because I like to do like the prep for the week for work and all of that. So I really enjoy, now that I love what I do, having Sundays as the favorite day, versus most people are thinking like that's the day I dread or Mondays, because I don't want to go to work. I love Fridays and Saturdays like the rest of everyone, but I would say Sundays is probably my favorite.
I love that. You guys, if you have a favorite day of the week, we want to know. I saw Joanna chiming in that she would go for a snake. That's a bold choice, Joanna, but also not surprising, because like I feel like you could handle a snake.
She already has. She got bit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you're like fearless when it comes to that stuff. And tubing.
Back in Lima.
Eggs for sale, Mark says. So you guys are, Cluckingham Palace is thriving. George Witcher says Friday's his favorite. Jessica said teleport. She'd jump over to Europe. Not a bad idea, Jessica. I am with you. So Andreas, I've got a few questions for you before you get to ask Jessica a question. So I know you hate chocolate. I know you love cheesecake. What is your favorite candy though?
I'm a sucker for nerds. The hard, sweet, and sour candy.
Okay.
They're the pink and purple one.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite ones.
Andreas loves nerds, guys. You heard it here first. I would not have guessed that. What is your guys' favorite candy too? Let us know in the comments. I'm super curious. So Andreas, my next question is, do you have any rituals that you do before a baseball game? And if so, what are they?
I mean, I don't know if this counts as a ritual, but whenever it's game day or even practice too, I like to get to the field early and just walk around and like step on the mound whenever there's no one in the stadium, just to get a feel of where I'm stepping if I get into the game. And I'm a huge believer that preparation is everything. The more prepared you are, the better you'll perform, or at least the more confident you feel and the more fluent you'll be. So that's, I mean, I guess that counts as a ritual if you think about it. I like to get there 2 hours before the game, walk around, socialize with the other team and my teammates. And I feel like I just get a vibe to set the tone to be on a game day.
I love that. That is honestly such good advice, really, for anyone that does anything that kind of is like you have to be on and perform, right? I know that with Jessica speaking, I've done public speaking. And for me, I love to get to the event space early, get a lay of the land, see the stage, just get a sense of where people are going to be seated. I think that really does help you step into your confidence. So that is a great tip. I love that, Andreas. And since you have a birthday coming up at the end of the month, I want to know, what are you going to be doing to celebrate your birthday?
Oh, if I tell you. So my favorite artist, Bad Bunny, just released some new dates for his concert here in Puerto Rico. So he made a surprise live stream on Saturday, and he announced concerts for the 29th, 30th, and 31st. So I might go out on Saturday because they're selling the tickets and you have to be like in person in the Coliseum to get them. And there's people already making the line. It's getting ridiculous. It's 3 days before the sale of the tickets, and there's already people around the Coliseum. So I might go on Saturday and try to catch a ticket. And if I don't, then I might find some resale tickets at some point for probably $1,000 each. But I'm trying to get there, see my favorite artist live in Puerto Rico. Again, I got to watch him in December, but he just released a new album and it's killing it, and I can't wait to see him live. So yeah, Joanna, get in line immediately. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to try to find pictures of how the line is at the moment and share it with everyone here, but it's getting ridiculous. Like I'm telling you, people since last night have been camping to make that line, and I'm sure if I get there on Saturday, they'll be out of tickets. But if I can't find tickets, then I'll just go to the beach, maybe save some money so I can pay to see him on the U.S. tour somewhere, maybe Boston, New York. I don't know. I was thinking of going to New York in August to see him because it was like the cheapest one.
Pay somebody in line to get you an extra ticket.
I could do that, but there's only like 4 tickets per person. They have some restrictions. They're making it harder for everyone. They're trying to eliminate the scalpers, the resale tickets, which I completely understand. But they also need to understand that there's people that live far, far away from the ticket center area.
Totally.
We'll see how it's gonna play out. But my goal is to see Bad Bunny in concert live.
Joanna's comment. But yeah, Jessica's spoken like a true entrepreneur. Find someone who's already in line to get you a ticket. That is the smartest way to get that, Andreas, for sure.
I see George Witcher said come see him in Boston. He's going to Boston in August 19, I think. Go. But yeah, I want to see the Red Sox too. And the concert is at Fenway Park at the stadium. So the Red Sox
that's cool. I feel like you should go.
I feel like I should go to that one because it'll be my first time at Fenway too. It's like the field of my
I think
Oh my
inbound
God,
happens
you
around
got
that
it.
time too, so we'll have to check it out. Yeah.
We'll see. I'll reach out, George Witcher, if I do find tickets for that one.
You totally should. So, Andreas, now it is your turn to ask Jessika our last question of the show before we do a fun giveaway. So, you guys, those of you who have been chiming in the comments, what you didn't know is you were entering a giveaway. So, we will get to that as soon as Andreas asks Jessika our last question.
The final question of the game, I guess. So, Jessika, I know you've been traveling a lot lately, going to different conferences, expanding your knowledge. What's something you're looking forward to doing, seeing, or experiencing this upcoming year?
Oh, so many things. So it's actually going to be kind of a crazy few weeks of travel, which is going to be awesome. But I'm going to Tulum next week, actually, to celebrate Bella's birthday. And then going to Thailand in 2 weeks with Mark for real vacation. But I've never been there, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, just, I don't know, things are exciting now. I'm just looking for new experiences and doing new things and getting back to the next Renaissance Festival, as we talked about, for sure. So
That's amazing. Thailand.
yeah. Travel Zoo, guys. I'm telling you, not a sponsor yet.
Oh,
but check it out.
I registered to Travel Zoo, and I've seen so many offers. I need to save up some money still.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. I want to go to Thailand. Andreas, you and I gotta start thinking about expanding our vacation zones and getting everyone to be traveling internationally. This would be so much fun. Like, oh, I'll just meet you over in Thailand.
Well, Travel Zoo gives you like a 2-year, a lot of times, opportunity to like use the travel voucher, and a lot of times it includes the flight too. And it's so like crazy and expensive that you think it's a joke. But I've used it a few times and already, and it's been great. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen the offers, and they're literally like mind blowing. Like you can get tickets to, like, it even includes like 7-day cruises for like even including airfare in Rome. Like there's a bunch of different offers there. So yeah,
I'll have
not
to
as
save this clip and then message them after this. Be like, hey, would you like to be a sponsor? So not paid ad, for real endorsement.
Exactly. So we are going to do a fun little giveaway this week. So this week we are going to give away access to our Relationship Marketing Manager School, which will give you access to over 40 expert-led step-by-step sessions on the techniques, tools, and tactics that it takes to truly connect with your ideal audience so that you can grow repeat and referral business. So the Relationship Marketer Manager School is really like an opportunity for you to learn at your own pace. It has a whole bunch of screen share how-to videos on everything from Facebook ads to content creation to maximizing your LinkedIn and so much more. So I am going to pick a random lucky winner from the comments. Miss Jessica Manette. Woo. Jessica, you are the lucky winner to get access to the Relationship Marketing Manager School. Say that 5 times fast, and maybe you will also get one. So Jessica, please reach out to us. Reach out to me, Julia at Now Marketing Group, or Jessica at Now Marketing Group, and we will get you all set up to get access. And you guys, we have a super exciting show planned for you next month. So stay tuned for next month, because next month we are going to be joined by Chris Stone. We are going to talk all about how you can use Amazon to its full potential. So like always, we will be live on the first Thursday of every single month. That will be August 4th at 3:30 p.m. So mark your calendar. And until then, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Now and Them. This was so much fun. Jessica, thank you for joining us. Andreas, you're the best. I hope you have a wonderful birthday at the end of the month. And until next month, guys, We'll see you. Go register for Social Media Week Lima 2023.